It is finally time for me to do this LP. It's been years since I played this game last. And it's finally time to get the lore to its near end. Return to Dreamland Deluxe felt like the right game to play before playing this one. For the right reasons. I welcome you to my 60-second LP of Kirby Star Allies. My brother will be joining me momentarily, though. He's asleep on my account. On my account, meaning for the time he is noon, but still. Welcome to Kirby Star Allies, where we are going to be playing every mode, but instead of the runaway guys doing it for like barely 20 minutes, I'm gonna do it for half an hour. But the first episode is with a pretty interesting twist, and I'm sorry for the choppy frames because yes, I'm using MP4 still. I might use MKV at some point, but most likely I'm just going to continue using MP4. I've gotten comfortable with using it. Not much of a spoiler for these two files, just that this file was played, I think it was like off-screen playthrough, but I haven't completed it because I wanted to just play it again when I LP it. Without further ado, let's just get through it. Already this is going to be a high-speed thing because there's going to be a lot of allies to be shown. Because basically the allies that you'll be seeing, the only allies that you were able to do before this updated to its full version, is barely anything. And the main mode would have been way too quick for a playthrough. But because it's updated to its full version, and you wouldn't believe it, but for what I'm doing for full-on completion is I am going to be playing through, and I'm sorry to spoil it, the main mode, Another Dimension, Friend Star, and the Ultimate Choice in 4 parts. Meaning in 4 parts for the Ultimate Choice. 4 or 5, I don't know yet. It's gonna be, because that being that I'm going to be playing the normal version for 3 parts, the high level for the 4th, and then the highest, meaning EX, for the final part, the true finale. It's gonna be a lot, seemingly, but really I don't think it's gonna take that long at all. Surprisingly enough, most likely in the arena, in the Ultimate Choice, I'm going to try out this guy. Because I've started to love this character more and more. My brother would love to use him, though. Use Magolor. He loves Magolor, and he also loves the Spear Waddle Dee. But he also likes trying out new things. And he would need some guidance in controls, not really knowing, like, mainly he wouldn't need my guidance, he just would need the guidance of the game to know what's going on. And once he enters my office, because this is an office place, I'm not using a webcam, both because for one, I lost it, but for the other, I have gotten used to not using it anyway. I had a Razer webcam, but I don't know where it went. You can call on Dream Friends in the Dream Palace in story mode, or you can do it in the Ultimate Choice, but that's way later on. We are not going to be able to complete all of these. Welcome to story mode. I have something alongside me that I haven't had in a very long time. A banana smoothie. To commemorate the occasion. Here is the beginning. And again, I'm sorry for the choppy frames. Because of it being MP4. I gotta say, for it being this game, and also pay attention to that butterfly because that will be important for way later in the game. It won't be important for the main mode. I just love this. Just look at the style of this game. That makes one wish that there would be another Kirby game that would be as great in the style as this. Even though the Forgotten Land was a great game as well. But this game has great style. Let's infiltrate the castle and rescue the beings who are corrupted in darkness. Also known as Dark Mess, I think it's called. So you basically know how to do this 3D mapping if you have seen, that was not it, I pressed B. If you have played Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe, or just this game, or even Kirby in the Forgotten Land, you would know that you move around in the 3D portion. This is a 3D map. But that doesn't mean it's a 3D game. This is 2D. But for it being a 2D game, it's still a really good game. Start up in Green Gardens. In basicality, every stage I complete, or every death I get, I will sip by one the banana smoothie. You slide by crouching and then pressing A. And also, there's something here. Using Kirby. Press X to throw hearts and make all kinds of friends. Change up your team for variety. And press up on the circle pad or the plus pad, whatever you call it, cross pad or just saying control pad, to call upon the power of friendship and gain friend abilities whenever you need to. You can make friends with this guy, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do what the game says and just consume. I don't know. Basically, I'll just say, I'm going to press home because this is a scene and I don't want to show it yet. So for what I'm going to be doing, the first part will be until I defeat you-know-who. And then every part that I record will be a 2-for-1 unless I record the finale, which the finale will be when I record it within an hour and a half, and I just do the hour part for the finale. And basically that means every part that I'm going to try to record, it will be within a half an hour, but it can be a tiny bit more than that. I'm not going to make it a 35-minute video though. I'm just going to make it a half hour or a bit more or a bit less. That is the deal of this LP. But the first part is until I reach a certain foe that you all will figure out soon enough. This is a special ability with this game. You can throw hearts to make allies. Throw a friend heart to make a friend. It's very cute. They make this game so cute, but also very interesting for the story. But there's also going to be... So we can make friends with this. You can aim the heart as well, just like you would use a bomb ability. You will need this ability a lot. And no, I'm not gonna make friends with you. I'm gonna make friends with someone else. You'll see. Pretty much my brother would want to be the sword guy, but I'm not gonna worry about that yet. There is a major collectible that you need. I did not see you. Thank you. The major collectible that you will need is essential for completion. Because you would think that this is a simple game, but the only complicated part is getting the essential collectible. But this part isn't really that bad. This would be what my brother would try to be, I think, or it's just what I would want him to. Burning Leah. I didn't want to show it yet. I will show it soon, but I won't show it yet. Also, I forgot to show, I will be showing every ability in this game. Meaning every ability. So if I miss out on the introductions of abilities, I'll just go over it in the ultimate choice. But there will be a returning ability that I actually used to love in Kirby Superstar. Hint hint. Sword. Use up to raise your noble blade, and then work with a friend to add sizzle, zap, blizzard, or other effects to it. If you've got an icy blade, create ice and smash it with sword dive. Got a windy blade, uses wild updraft. If you've got a fire blade, just basically use a focus slash because it's really essential. But it only works when you're on full HP. And only Forgotten Land has 2 health bars. That is a puzzle piece. Collect as many as you can, but no promises on completing that, because nobody's been able to. It takes a long time to complete all of them, and I'm not going to do it. It's not required for 100%. It's optional, and I love that. I'm not gonna complete Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. That is my decision. It'll just be a pain if I ended up having to.
Puzzle pieces.
If you want to know, there is no ultimate ability in this game. Pretty much the only ultimate abilities you'll see is friendship. And that you could say is the ultimate ability, but it's not necessarily ultimate. Darn it, I wanted to be friends with Waldo Doo. Oh, the Twister Blade is not at all what I expected. Frosty! I'm gonna replace, actually, Poppy Bros Jr. Is it Junior or... I think it is Junior, because there is also a Senior that I'm gonna show this. Blizzard Sword. This is a Maxim Tomato. I really hate calling it that because of Kirby's Epic Yarn. this is what you need. This puzzle piece is essential for completion. I did not see that guy. I won't be able to say every enemy because I don't actually know their names. Darker! Looks like we're very close to being done with this. If anything, if I played this game over and over again, I would say very much worth. I love this game. It's not my most favorite Kirby game, but it's still really good. Very good story. It pretty much has the same thing as Kirby's Return to Dreamland. I missed. Crap. It's pretty simple to figure out the timing on. I just missed it. If you get the 1, you get a 1-up instead of... You got a maximum tomato and a 1-up. But if all 4 players get number 1, you get, I think, 3 1-ups in the maximum tomato. As you can tell, the main mode will have a lot in it, but not super. It's not gonna be as much as you would think. Donut Dome. There are 2 essential things there. The yellow heart means that you've basically completed the stage. But if there is no golden heart, I don't know if golden hearts matter. I think they do. Because I think no matter what, it means you completed the stage. But if either of the things on the bottom left corner don't light up, that means you've missed them. And my memory is a bit hazy on those things, so I will end up forgetting if I've gotten something or not. After the 3rd stage, I'm gonna just make sure my brother's awake, so that he would play along, because he did say he wanted to play along with me. But I don't blame him for not being able to join yet. Dribbly, one of my favorite enemies. I called so-called enemies, but this is another reason. The Water Blade, or the Splash Sword. Just look at that Focus Slash. That is what it's called, right? The Focus Slash? No, the Sword Beam. Why is it not called the Focus Slash? I wish it was. That would be cool if it was called that, but it's not. Slide you can do, but I'm not going to do that. Oh, yes I am. You can do that, and that's Kirby's basic attack. Despite not having played this for a long time, I do know where every ultimate piece is. Oh, wait. Thank you. Just in case. I'm very sure I won't be missing out on it. So those Fire Shield guys, they actually take a lot of damage against opposite elements. Meaning ice and water would destroy it. But there's another kind of shield that can be destroyed by fire. But I'll say for each weakness, fire is weak against water and ice. Water is weak against electric because there is an electric element. Electric is not weak against anything. Basically, it's a neutral thing, and you can say it's weak against itself. Because I've basically used that kind of smartness. It can also be weak against ice if you think about it. But ice is weak against fire, obviously. And then otherwise, that's basically it. There's also wind, but wind is basically... Well, no, electric is weak against wind. for some odd reason, but wind is pretty much weak against. If you wanna, I don't know. I'm gonna say either water, fire, or electric. I don't even know. This guy I'm going to replace Sir Kibble for, because he is essential. No, I wanted... That was why. Water curling. Taranza, I got that already. I did not expect to get Taranza already. I thought it was gonna be a normal stone. Look cool, be invincible, and slide down slopes. You can turn into various things and pound down pegs. Not my favorite ability to use in battle. You can even do some curling with water or ice to float above your friends. Or no, I meant to say water or ice or float above your friends and then drop on them. Who knows what sort of stone sculptures you'll see. There's quite a few new abilities in this game. One of which the runaway guys didn't go over that I will be able to go over. Muscle Man! Go this way first. It's a me. There's this room, you need to go inside. Pretty much everyone in this room might have something important, whether that be a Maxim tomato or something. I don't even know why I need that, actually. I can just do this. Water curling is fine. So, that was just puzzle pieces, but still, optional things are important too, if you think about it. It's pretty fun. Pretty dang fun! That stone sculpture you saw briefly was what I was expecting for the first stone, but it ended up being a pretty rare. There are 3 rare things you can find with Kirby Star Allies, and those are the golden sculpture. There's also this that I actually thought was just Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe, but it was this game. Sword Kirby with a fish. And that is a reference to Kirby's Return to Dreamland. And then they reference something in Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe that I'm not going to spoil. Even though you would already know if you figured on it. Because I did say pay attention to blank. That is the next one. Oh, dang it, that's a spoiler. I'll just say sprint wheel. Because I did say, I will say this, it was meant to be that I was going to try to not spoil that much, but I might spoil a lot because I've played this game before, and also the stone sculptures that I had was... Oh, wait! The stone sculptures that I've had was also a bit of a spoiler. This ability is awesome. You would think that was only Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe, but the first appearance was this game. And this is Festival, a celebration of Kirby's anniversary. Honk, toot, and bammity bam. This ability creates a festival of drums and horns, which makes everyone break into a wild dance. Gather your all-star friends and have a party. The only thing is dance solo, but you can also dance with friends. Heavily love that. This switch is important. Press it as soon as you see it, because that either unlocks the Dream Palace or an extra stage. It's basically a key switch. But this was basically a tutorial switch, so that would be the only obvious one. Otherwise, you would have to look for it yourself. Just like that big piece, it was a bit obvious in the first stage, but still easy to miss. Let's see if I get this time. And after the third stage, I'm gonna make sure my brother's awake. I'm gonna cut then. I think I got it that time. Yes, I did. It wasn't a 1-up that I thought it was a puzzle piece. So I was wrong. If all 4 players get number 1, you get 4 puzzle pieces in the maximum tomato. And I think a 1-up too. I could have sworn there was a 1-up in there too. 4 puzzle pieces, just 1 per person. Honey Hill. And Dream Palace. I'm gonna savor the Dream Palace for later. I'll head back there when my brother's playing with me, because I know for a fact that a certain someone will love to play as a certain characteristic. Honey Hill, the final stage before I wake my brother up if he's not awake already. Yo-Yo, one of my favorite abilities from Superstar. I forgot it got introduced this early. There it is, the mischievous Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo up, Yo-Yo orbit, break spin, walk the dog. It's all child's play. Add an attribute to make it even more powerful. With a variety of moves at your disposal, looking cool has never been easier. Basically, just what it is. Down, press and release B is Yo-Yo orbit. Basically like this. That is walk the dog. And then my favorite attack that is basically also the worst one if you try to figure it out is whip. Is basically, I think it's called break spin. I will checking. Gazer spiral. That's what it's called. It's my favorite because of when I use it with fire. Sizzle Yo-Yo. And this guy's named Jim, which I'm gonna replace Rocky for now. The break spin was that. Oh yeah. Extra room. Make switches are hidden in stages. Find them to open extra stages, like I said. It basically is a tutorial stage. If you don't have Yo-Yo, you would have to get it again. Just puzzle pieces, but it's still good. If you get no more Kirby's remaining, it's game over. And let me tell you, I've never gotten the game over in this game. It's so easy in this mode, dude. Like, I've never gotten the game over in this mode, I mean. I've gotten the game over in the... Have I? No, I don't remember if I... Yeah, I have. I have gotten the game over in this game before. But not in this mode. Because I get so many extra lives. Front door. Also, I forgot to take a sip. If it were multiplayer, it would be a really cool gimmick. That's it. We're already reunited. It's sort of funny how loud this game is, and it's just on negative 19 decibels. Rolling Waddle Dees, tumbling down the hill. Now you'll see the reason of why this is called Honey Hill. It's because of those bundles. They had the honey. That was a mistake, and let me go back and actually buddy up with the guy, because I think I know his name. No, I don't. Wester. I'm gonna replace Jim because I am Yo-Yo. Somebody sent me a message. Gotta check that real quick. Because I'm recording this on my birthday, but this will be uploaded 12 days after. Thanks. So much. I gotta reply to these because, like I said, I recorded this on my birthday, and that means a lot of happy birthdays from people, and that's not annoying. I'm just saying that because it's like an apology if it annoys you guys that I would be pressing home a lot, because like I would be saying, but I will edit this, but I won't be cutting it. The only cuts I'm making is basically I would be cutting in between the times that I would, well, basically the cut I'm making here is just me getting my brother. I thought that was him, but it was my mom. Alright, back to it. The actual cut will happen after this stage. Oh, I forgot. At the end of this stage, you'll be seeing a humongous wheel of Waddle Dees. And like I said, they're stuck on honey. Oh, this is the part. The big wheel of Waddle Dees. You can actually avoid these guys by doing this. It's so funny, but nobody else can avoid it because they are just AI. Kaboom! Nobody's tried to avoid it, and I'll be the cool guy that tries to do so. Jim, I don't need you because I am already him. when I become Whip, I'll introduce that ability as well, but it won't be that ability for a long time. Basically, the ultimate choice is the only time I would be introducing it. Oh. Green pepper. It's basically, it looks like it's looking at you if you think about it. Joy-Cons. Oh, you have to be quick on this. It's actually pretty easy, but still. Because if you weren't quick enough for this, the Waddle Dees would just crash through this and you would have to try it all over again. This is a switch, press it. It unlocks an extra stage. And I will play these extra stages after completing the world. That is my deal. I was going to play it during, but I'm going to do it after. And I mean playing it after completing the world, period. Like, even if it's the final world, I'm still playing them after completing every world. And in the main mode, to disappoint you, there are only 4 worlds, but it's still like long feeling. Okay, there's nothing there. Oh, Bronco! Yeah! I said bumping. B-U. Not the F. Bronco. It's a Western thing. Okay. Yeah, I still have Burning Leo. Whee! Oh no. Oh my word. I didn't know the big piece was there. I was basically taking leadership and I still got it. I did not know it was there. I seriously didn't. Now to make sure my brother's awake because I'm pretty sure he just woke up. Got it. Ow! I was close to missing it. That's that. Now I'm going to cut for a little bit after showing what this stage unlocks. The boss stage. That's what I was talking about. That's how short the first world is. That was why I was going to play this for the first part. There's more adventure to be found. The extra stage is now unlocked. Like I said, I'm completing that after completing this world. Because it has secret songs in it. One of which I can't wait for you to hear. And I'll turn off my commentary for it. Meaning muting my mic because I have that kind of mic. El Gato. Well, I didn't have to worry too much about it. Because my brother's awake. But first, I'm going to switch controls. I'm taking, because I was trying to find, telling my brother this, the white controller that had a Mario symbol on it. But somehow, I don't know where it went. I looked in every drawer. But I'll still take the I'll still take the one. It's fully charged? I thought I was pressing A on that and it didn't seem charged. I'm gonna test the... I'm surprised it was fully charged. I'm gonna see if the drift is alright on this one. before I keep going. The calibrate control sticks. That one's fine. It's the right stick that is a worrisome one. Huh. It's not drifting anymore. And this is my old one. That's surprising. But it doesn't matter much because I would still be using the left stick most. Going to the Dream Palace, I made sure that the Dream Palace would be played because I am guessing you want to play as Magolor.
Yes.
Yes, I figured. So, I'll do it. This is the Dream Palace. You can meet a Dream character here if you use the Dream Rod. When you grab the Dream Rod... Oh, I thought I spoiled it already. The roulette, or roulette. I love calling it roulette for some odd reason. Oh, Magolor's not in it yet.
That was the, yeah.
I'm gonna replace... I feel like Wester, but I'll replace Dribbly for now, and I'll just get him back. Now press plus, because it says something about Bandana D, I think. Is this Dream Friend making a special appearance? This fella was selected to represent the Wildies as they accept their perfect attendance award for the Kirby series. That when asked, he said, "Oh, I couldn't," but he was practicing his spear moves at the time. Fun fact about this Bandana D is that in Kirby and the Rainbow Curse for my April Fool's LP, in multiplayer, the second, third, and fourth player can be this guy, and it's pretty much harder than one stink because his health is halved. So now we're going to the boss stage.
You get used to the controls.
Yeah, that's what I said to the viewers. And telling my brother this as well. This stage will be played after I complete the world. Fruity Forest. Because every extra stage, even if the final world will be played, will have extra stages being played last. Press A. Ow!
Pressing all around that.
It'll take a little bit. Oh, that was it already. We still have Burning Leo already. Now, I'm hoping to keep the fire ability for a really cool quest. Parasol D. Actually, I'm gonna add him in, and I'm going to replace Wester. Parasol D. Now you have a brother. No, you get. Oh, you no. So Parasol D is actually very cool in a way, because Parasol ability in general, if you press and hold up and have somebody. Well, it turns into water, but if you press and hold up as Parasol and then somebody jumps on you, you basically bounce them upward, but it's an upward attack. This is already the boss stage. Now, hold on before you go to the boss all the way, because I saw this twist and it's awesome. And because of that, I'm pressing Y. because I don't want to battle Wispy Woods yet. And here's the reason why. Don't be friends yet. Don't. Hold on. I'm just making sure Oh! There is a reason I wanted to wait.
I didn't do anything.
No, it was my fault. I was saying that to myself. I was upset about what because there is a cool secret if you go close enough to the boss and then go back. Flick, snap! It's the classic whip cracking copy ability, introduced in Return to Dreamland. My least favorite part about it is the whip tornado. Grab and throw items and enemies. If there's fire on your whip, unleash a blazing flash. With ice, create a pile of frost, or use whip tornado to make a thunderstorm. Pretty dang cool, but there's no spark ability yet. You can already tell that I struggle at making whip tornado. Ow! The classic duo. And no matter what, when I play this game, no matter what, when I complete this game, this will be a speedrun. I hope I don't mess up this time. No, 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 no. That was fine. That was my fault.
I ran into it.
Well. Burning Leo. I also want Jim. Also known as I want to replace Whip as soon as I can. Parasol D, having everyone in like before. Ow! Darn it! My word. All during me trying to rush into it. I do need it. I'm the only one that needed it. Let's see if I do it this time. I gotta make sure that I'm not too close. I'm not gonna do that yet. I'm gonna withdraw this and become this. That was a mistake.
You can stab your yo-yo.
The what?
Do your upping.
Thank you. Even though it didn't matter because I was gonna do this.
That's what I find. Right here.
I'm just doing that so that in case I mess up again, I'll reset. Nope. That was close. Okay, now go back. I think it worked. And now I'll become Yo-Yo again. Darn it. I wasn't able to do it. Just make sure you don't throw your friend heart on...
I'll be able to transform it.
Yeah. It did! This is a howl room. This is why I wanted to show. You have to backtrack through the whole thing.
Oh wow.
I wasn't able to see this before, but I knew about it from a short. That you were supposed to go through this stage, but not battle the boss yet. You have to go close enough and then go back, and then go all the way back. This is it. A howl room. Not quite yet. sorry. There was a puzzle piece. There it is. That's the Howl Room. I was like, here we go. Nope. Here we go. Nope. There it is. Howl Room. Extra abilities. Chef Kawasaki and Bugsy.
Let's say Hal. Oh, Hal.
Hal. It's the basic Howl Room. Every letter has a secret thing in there. Jim and the new guy that I'm actually going to add in. This is Broom Hatter. And I'm replacing... I'm going to actually replace Parasol D. Broom Hatter is wind, basically. But I don't want it, I want fire. No! Bluster Yo-Yo. Thank you. I actually didn't know you didn't have fire.
Well, I didn't have fire, I just had wind.
Oh.
That's okay.
Oh, front. That's a starship. We're able to do this already? Friend Star. Oh, I know this. Be able to battle Wispy Woods with Friend Star.
I can be your turret. Hey there. Ready to get his joy?
Hold on. I'm gonna switch to Burning Leo. Press X to switch. That was the secret. I'm not able to show it. Gosh darn it. I gotta do this theme again. Do you like what you've not seen before? The Howl Room. It's actually
That was
three.
interesting.
There's actually 3 in all, but that's the only one I can remember.
Are you glad I saw the ladder?
Yeah, I'm glad. I actually completely forgot you. Oh, Wispy Woods with Friend Star. So now I'm gonna speedrun through that stage again and show a cool secret about Wispy Woods, because this is the only time you would be able to see it. Clash at Castle DDD. Showing it again because there's a cool secret as well for when you defeat Wispy Woods without Friend Star. I wasn't blaming anybody when I did a mistake the first time. That was my fault entirely. Ugh. You're not even letting me do it! My word! You're crazy! Not gonna go down there. Oh, yes I am. It turns into 3 puzzle pieces if you... Oh, you have wind now. Oh, wow.
Oh, wait, does it?
It... I'll just wait. Yo. Oh gosh darn it, I'm trying to do... I forgot already. I feel like it's not break spin because this is break spin. It's Gizmo something? I don't remember what it's called. Now this time, defeating him without Friend Star. That was funny. I did it and then you did it. It's like do 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 do. Oh, you guard with ZR. I forgot. ZL or ZR, or L and R. L, R, ZL, or ZR is guard. But I don't use guard much. Skip. No. Doing it the hard way this time. Still burning it up though. There.
So you got all of that.
Mm-hmm. You pretty much had to before the victory theme comes. That was what I wanted to show. That you can throw the heart at Wispy Woods and he becomes friendly. Because he wasn't this corrupted before, and if you throw a heart towards him, he turns back into his happy self. It's the only time that Wispy Woods actually becomes this friendly, because otherwise he just blocks away and becomes a menace. Even funnier that Wispy Woods in Super Kirby Clash is the only boss in the entire game that is hard to handle. Like, you would need to become stronger in order for him to not be as tricky, but he still would be tricky. Clash at Castle Dedede, another cool secret to show because I did not know about it until I saw the Runaway guys do it. John, Protonathan Jonathan, or Proton John, plug, was the
Look at that miss.
Proton John was the one that got in there last time. So no, it's not a howl room, it's a secret room. It's basically a really cool secret room. Burning Leo's who I'm replacing, and I'm becoming Electric Yo-Yo.
Water. I didn't want to be water.
Press up. I'm gonna turn off my commentary after showing this secret room off.
Ooh.
What? I didn't see it. Oh, that. Waddle Doo. You now have a new brother in you. Waddle Doo, I'm immediately replacing Plug. Because Waddle Doo is my favorite friend. My favorite friend. The way I said it just sounded weird. You'll see it when you do. And, no, you'll see it when it happens. Let me say it in a better way. I drank baby milk. Yum yum yum. Bubble tea. Oh, never mind. I'm just letting it attack from the left while I attack. Okay, never mind. Bugsy, I'm gonna actually become friends with the guy. Ow! Wait.
Surprisingly powerful.
Bugsy, I'm replacing Broom Hatter. Oh, we already did that. Yeah, I did that. Bonus room, but that's not the room I was thinking of. We already knew about this room. Do. The bonus room, I think, is before the boss room. Oh, yes, I remembered. Giving you the credits. You ate a lot. You ate like the king. We talk about games. We don't talk much about realistic stuff. Knuckle Joe. Sorry to destroy you, but for what we're battling against, there's a puzzle piece here.
Oh wow, that's sneaky.
I saw it and I figured that. Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Caught me off guard too. I need cake! Front door. We don't need plug. I think I'm top and you're bottom. Take a sip.
Stab this guy?
You weren't able. I can attack from a longer distance. Fortunate. Ah! You can enter. It's almost there. I think it's here or the next room over that has it. Not yet. It's not the boss room yet. I'm confused now. Did I miss it somehow, or is this gonna lead us to it? Yep, it's right here.
Oh, what?
The open is cracked open, so there's a bonus room there. You have to make sure to do this quickly. Do it on time, or you'll have to do the whole thing again. It's like Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Oh, whoops. We have to do it again. I forgot. And if you make it to the end, I'm just gonna do it. If you make it to the end, there's a huge reward. You can do it again, I'm very sure. If it closes, that would be unfortunate. Nope. I love doing that kind of thing where I know about something and because I've played this with her before. He doesn't expect the things that I actually figured it because I didn't expect it either when I first saw it. Oh, you even make Scarface! Emil's least favorite enemy. It opens again, you just have to wait on it. A secret foe, Bonkers. I'm becoming his ability. This is basically Bonkers EX, because he's a harder version of Bonkers. I'm becoming... Actually, no, I forgot the... Screw it. I'm gonna replace Waddle Doo because Bugsy is just a one-of-a-kind person. Is it minus? Is that... Yes, that was it. That was what I wanted. Now I want to be electric. Because you're the only one that gets the ability. Jim.
There we go.
Here's the reward. Bunches of puzzle pieces and a Maxim tomato.
Hello?
Oh, right. The backtracking part as well is a reward. I was confused for a moment. Now yeah, 11 pieces and the big door leading to King DDD. 2 secrets in one world. 2 secrets in one part, technically. that I've not known about. Very glad I knew that before I actually OP'd the game. Knuckle Joe? No! Knuckle Joe? No! Crap. I wanted him to join.
Knuckle Joe, screw you.
Knuckle Joe, I am actually going to become... No, actually, yeah, I'm actually gonna have Knuckle Joe replace Jim. Knuckle Joe, fighter ability. He has no special abilities. It's also funnier that Bugsy and Knuckle Joe, you would think they are similar, but Knuckle Joe is fighter and Bugsy is suplex.
Hey, buddy.
I'm just gonna keep this mute audio in for a little bit so that I can lower everything. The audio volume and the actual volume. Because my word, that boss is still my favorite. Breathing by Brother doesn't want to be King DDD.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna replace Knuckle Joe. King DDD is apparently what people call the worst buddy. Because apparently people think he is not the greatest fighter. But, surprise, surprise, I used him in the Ultimate Choice. In the Soul Melter EX and the Soul Melter difficulties. And I did very well with him. So I don't know why people thought he was F tier. Honor Dancer! King DDD!
Yay, we're done with the game.
Yippee!
Goodbye, thanks for watching.
In one part, we've managed to complete the game. We've completed Kirby Superstar. Nope, this is Kirby. Ooh.
Imagine.
Onward. Shows King DDD defeated, but we let him join in our fray of the team.